like that again, and I'll knock your teeth down your throat.
I'm tired of being humble. I'm tired of letting people think they got a chance. The tribal chief is head and shoulders above everybody.
Hey, guys, we're here at the locker room. We'll talk about who was behind Baron Corbin's release, who got Baron Corbin released from WWE. Get the likes up as we come into the locker room and toss the ring scandal. We about to air some dirty laundry. Now, we know Baron Corbin, he was recently doing an interview with Chris Van Vliet where he discussed his dislike for being released from WWE. We do also know that Baron Corbin, he just recently got his 90 days was up. So we know that happened too. And now he's wrestling independent. He go by Bishop. I believe it's Bishop Audie. Whatever his name is, he has a different name. He goes by his real name, Tom Pestock. So the thing about it is Baron Corbin, he was upset about being released. And like I said, he's trying to create this new persona. And he's trying to, like I said, make a run with it. But what he did say was he tried everything that he could. Bishop Dyer is his name, if I'm not mistaken. It just came to my head. But Bishop Dyer is a new character that he used on the independent scene. But that's what I was saying. Baron Corbin, he was upset about his release. And he did everything the company asked him to do. We got to look at pretty much his career. Baron Corbin, he had a lot of characters, a lot of gimmicks. He was the Lone Wolf. That was his original character gimmick that he did back in NXT days. And then when he first got to the main roster, we had Constable Corbin, who was an authority figure gimmick from 2018, 2019. Then we had King Corbin. This was after he won King of the Ring in 2019. Then we had Broke Corbin that he had later on where he was looking like a bum. And people feeling bad for him. Then we had Happy Corbin. Is when he was a rich, happy-go-lucky man for about a year. Then he did the modern-day wrestling god that he did with JBL, the original wrestling god. And then Burn the Ships, Baron Corbin. But they called Burn the Ships that he did in his last run where he was sent back down to NXT. And then he returned to the main roster shortly after being drafted to SmackDown before the company decided not to renew his contract after it was up. However, Baron Corbin will speak to Chris Van Vliet and he will talk about his dislike of being released as he discusses who he believes may be the one that got him released from WWE for them not to renew his contract. Let's check it out.
With my contract ending and WWE deciding not to renew, obviously that hurt and lights a fire because I felt like in my WWE career, I was in like uncharted water in a sense. I had gone to NXT, reinvented myself, and put a lot of work into it, even though like I didn't agree with some of it. Like I had a conversation before I went to NXT. I was sat down. I'm going to be polite. We talked about it walking in. Bruce Prichard, I'm going to be polite. I think that, he was like, it's just not working. We want you to go down there, reinvent yourself, new moves, lose a little weight, blah, blah, blah. And I did. And I think it was maybe not meant for me to succeed as well as I did down there, but they've got such an amazing system there with the talent they have, with the producers they have, and with the coaches they have, and the writers. It's impossible not to succeed down there, like impossible. And I think I killed it, and it couldn't be denied. And then I went back to the main roster, and I just, I'm a very open, truthful person. I'm not capable of lying or BSing about things. But like when I got up there, I feel like someone was holding me down in a sense of like, that wasn't supposed to work, because I would go out and do dark matches, or when I did wrestle on TV, like the crowd was insane for me. It was the best reactions I'd had in years since I was the king or the constable. Like when I was getting all that heat, this was the opposite. I was getting people chanting my names. Like there were times in matches where Apollo would be getting beat up and, they'd be chanting my name and he'd just look at me. He's like, "You're over." Like, it would be crazy every night. It would be crazy. My reactions, and with no ego, I say, aside from maybe Cody, Randy, and Kevin, were the best on the whole show every night on SmackDown. And that's doing dark matches or doing TV, like Berlin when we did that tag match. Like, they were insane. And I would come back through the curtain, and Regal would always be like, this is amazing. Like, the work is awesome. They love you. Road Dogg would be like, Corbin, you're over in this town. And I'd be like, it's every town, dude. Like, it's not just like a one-off. Like, and even, one of the writers we were talking about, and they were like, oh, we want to change you to heel. And I'm like, I don't know, man. We've never done this babyface. They wanted me to be different. Like, what do we have? And then we went out there, and it was, I don't remember what city it was, Arkansas or somewhere. And it was crazy. They blew the roof off for me, like chanting my name in the match when I wasn't even in the match, like standing on the apron or whatever, cheered for everything. And I walked back, and Chad's like, he's like, I told him, it's the head writer of SmackDown. He goes, I told him that you should just walk back here and give us both the finger and walk off because the reaction was so good. And so I think that was frustrating. So I'm like, man, there's still something there, maybe unresolved, that I could get back and accomplish as that babyface with the cheering. And I think it made me hungrier to succeed, being told, man, we're going to go a different direction. Like, after already being told, like, hey, we want you to go change everything, and you do it, and it's successful, and it's not like, I'm very self-aware at the same time. Like, there were times with the JBL stuff, I think it could have worked if we'd done it differently, which we'd pitched several ideas. I mean, JBL's the man. Like, he's unbelievable what he is. He sent in amazing pitches, and they died in the wind somewhere. But I'd stand out there and go, man, you could feel it. It's not working. Like, I'm not getting the reactions I want or anything like that. To where, like, 6 months ago, I'm telling you, the reactions were, everything was there. It was firing on all cylinders. I'd recreated everything like I was asked to do. I've always done everything that I've been asked to do. And then to be like, we're going to go in a different direction. It's like, what? Like, that was frustrating, because there's nothing you can do at the end of the day. And I was talking to Randy about it. A lot of guys reached out, I'm sorry, and guys you expect, like Seth and Finn and Kevin, and those dudes are amazing people. And, Punk and Randy. But Randy's like, he's like, dude, I honestly thought you were like going to be here another 10 years. He's like, I don't understand it. He's like, do you mind if I talk to Hunter about it? I don't know if he ever did, but he's like, somebody doesn't like you. And I'm like, there's nothing I can do to change that. I feel like I know who it is. And that's besides the point, but they had power enough to either kill creative or whatever it is. And they got to go to bed with that at the end of the night. That's on them. But for 13 years, like
and that was Baron Corbin. Now, that's one part of the interview where he talks about where he did everything the company asked him to do. And people in the company were so shocked and frustrated that he was not renewing with WWE, including Randy Orton, who even went on a limb, said he would speak to Triple H himself. And Baron Corbin said he had a feeling before he did it. As you can see, he does not have the best good feelings up towards Bruce Prichard. And we know that Bruce Prichard, he is known not to be liked well backstage. Now, Bruce Prichard, he also has been involved with WWE for years. For years and years he's been involved there. But Baron Corbin, it is a robbery that this man was not a WWE champion, not even NXT champion. Now, his accomplishments, he has some accomplishments. He was the Money in the Bank ladder match winner back in 2017. He also was King of the Ring. He won United States Championship and had many gimmicks, but it's just to no avail. None of it put him over. And it's sad that it came down today, because Baron Corbin, he definitely was doing his thing for a long time. And let's look over his accomplishments right here. Now, Baron Corbin was United States Champion, NXT Tag Team Champion, King of the Ring, Money in the Bank, Andre the Giant Battle Memorial winner. He also had other accomplishments as well. He also won the NXT Dusty Tag Team Classic with Braun Breaker. And yes, he did retire Kurt Angle at WrestleMania 35. So like I said, Baron Corbin, he just never got over it. And another thing too, we gotta understand, we are in the wrestling business. It's politics. It's about nepotism, favoritism. And I believe that Baron Corbin, despite his great talent, in my opinion, some of you guys may feel otherwise about Baron Corbin. but I think he was underrated, and he was a very solid big man that could do many good agile moves. He just was not given the fair opportunity to become champion. The first he got was winning Money in the Bank, which I believe is a robbery to this day of a failed cash-in on Jinder Mahal, who was WWE champion at the time. But let's hear more what Baron Corbin had to say with Chris Van Fleet. This is another part of the interview here.
They weren't renewing your contract.
It was like 2.5 million views on my tweet alone. Like, people were shocked, and a lot of people
Were
in
you
the
shocked?
business. I was shocked. I could weirdly kind of, when your gut instinct tells you something, and like I said, I think there's one person in particular that I think was behind all of it, and it sucks, but it is what I'm not gonna cry over it. Like, I'm not, because I'm grateful for everything I had there and every opportunity that I had there. I can't let one person put me in a bad place. I'm not gonna let one person control my emotions. Like, I mean, the fact that Randy Orton's calling me going, there's someone that doesn't like you. And again, I know who it is. And I told him, and he's like, yeah, you're probably right. But when you have someone of that magnitude being like, I'm going to talk to Hunter, like, it makes you feel good, because, a lot of other people see the flip side of it. They're like, oh man, no, he's really good. Like, no one can do what I do, in a sense of going out and make people believe in the authenticity of what I'm doing, whether it's Happy Corbin, Sad Corbin, or Wolf Dogs, or the new stuff I was doing with Burn the Ships, and just being myself. People believed it. And then also too, I could make people believe, I got beat 10 million times, but people were still booing me and still having fun. And when I would work with different baby faces, again, when I would lose every single week, they still bought that there was a chance I was going to win, a chance that I would screw this guy over. And that's a special talent to have. And also to do it without complaining. There's a lot of guys that walk around boo-boo facing when they're getting the win or whatever it is. And I did my job, and I was happy to do it. And when I look back, we were talking earlier, I was like, maybe I should have been a little more selfish with what I did. It could have hurt me, and I could have been done 3 or 4 years ago. You never know. Or, it could have helped me, because there are some guys that are that way. And, you see it benefits some and doesn't benefit the others. I don't know. There's no right path to take to find all the success that you want.
It just feels like people were just starting to appreciate how underutilized you are. I mean, over the last maybe year or two, people were going, man, you could put Corbin in there with anyone.
Absolutely.
And it's going to be great.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I could have never got to run with Cody. There's other guys I would love to run, with Gunther. I would love to run with Finn again, AJ again, like Punk, like these guys that I haven't really got to work with, because I've never worked with Cody or Gunther or Punk. They want fresh. What's fresher than a guy who's spent 10 years as a bad guy is now a babyface that gets fantastic reactions working with guys he's never worked with? Like, that's what you want. And it's frustrating, because I even, like, 2 weeks prior, there's a few things that are very frustrating to me. I was asked to go change everything, and I did. And then I come up, and a month before I'm released, Hunter's standing next to me at the ring, and he's like, you should be really proud at reinventing yourself. You've accomplished a lot. And then a month later, you're like, oh, they're not going to renew. And you're like, wait, a month ago, Hunter told me how good I was doing. And then, so that was kind of like just weird. And then, and I love Hunter. Like, I don't think he's the guy by any means. So anybody listening, don't read into that. He's
Hunter, but we know who it is, Bruce Prichard. Now, Bruce Prichard is the executive director of creative writing team CWT. He's a key figure in WWE creative process, and he works under Paul Triple H Levesque, the WWE chief content officer. Now, before that, he was under Vince McMahon, like his close confidant for years. This is obviously before the Triple H era, the Vince McMahon era. But this dude is a weasel. I don't like you, Bruce Prichard. We blame you. You're the reason that Baron Corbin's not here anymore. And I wish he was still here, because there was a lot more opportunity. Baron Corbin, I don't care what nobody says, he is he's equal or a counterpart of Damian Priest, who was a former Money in the Bank winner as well, and a former World Heavyweight Champion. So if they can make it work with Damian Priest, they could have made it work with Baron Corbin. Like I said, it's a robbery. This man, he was infused with Seth Rollins. He was infused with Roman Reigns, retired Kurt Angle. He teamed up with Dolph Ziggler and Drew McIntyre. He has it all. It's just he did not have the system behind him. And that happens not just with Baron Corbin, but many other stars. You can have the look, you can have the persona, you can have the in-ring skill, the mic skill. But if the company does not believe that you're the one to go to the main event or even definitely win the world title or WWE title, it doesn't matter. They're not going to get behind you, and you're going to be left in the dust just like Baron Corbin did. Because Baron Corbin, it's a shame. It's still a shame that he's not with the company anymore. I mean, this man was not just a flash in the pan with WWE. He was there for quite some time. He was there for 12 years, from 2012 to 2024, up to last year. And I know that in the 12 years, I know he had many gimmicks, but some stuff could have worked and some stuff couldn't. And he did the best he could to put everything over. Like Happy Corbin was over. Lone Wolf, the entrance music back in the NXT days, that was so good of how they did it. Then when he got to the main roster, he became a product of Vince McMahon destruction when he destructs NXT stars with Triple H when he was running it, come to the main roster. And Baron Corbin was one of the men that fell victim to that. And I think he never fully rebounded ever since then. He was called up with Apollo Crews. And it's funny, right before he was released, he was teamed up with Apollo Crews. But it's just a shame, no, guys. And that's all I have for who was behind Baron Corbin's release. You guys let me know. Do you think it was someone else other than Bruce Prichard? I would like to hear what you guys have to say. 2 videos will pop up, guys. Click the links below. You already know what it is. OUT.